A very good evening to everybody. Let me first start the introduction. I'm Anil Thaman. I'm based in Kathmandu. I'm basically from Punjab. I'm a writing enthusiast. I just started writing a year back. I'm 64 now, and I want to continue this. I'm your host for today. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure welcoming you on behalf of Inked Happiness, who are the organizer of this Lifetime Achievement Award ceremony. I'm greatly honored to thank John, who has been a fountain pen lover and a collector, who is also a very, very prolific writer on fountain pen and writing matters. This Lifetime Achievement Award not only motivates young person like me at the age of 63, 64 to write better, I'm sure it will make meaningful difference in the lives of many, many people. I personally would like to thank Mr. John. I fondly call him Mr. Charm. Let me first start by announcing the Lifetime Achievement Award for 2021, which goes to somebody whom we all love, somebody who has contributed to an extent that we cannot miss his efforts, his dedication. I would now like to make the announcement right from the horse's mouth from Kolkata. Please. Here it is.
Hello. It is my great honor to bestow upon Professor K C Janardhan the third Inked Happiness Lifetime Achievement Award. What do I say about Professor Janardhan? Because whatever I'm going to say is going to fall short of the achievements incredible achievements that Professor Janardhan has made over the years. He is an autodidact, as we all know. He needs no introduction to most of us. He is a polymath, and his contribution to the art of calligraphy is immense. It's beyond my words. So all I want to do is, on behalf of the fountain pen lovers community, the community of fountain pen, inks, and paper and accessory lovers of India and the world, I would love to consider this to be an honor to be associated with Professor Janardhan through this humble award from on behalf of all of us. Please accept our gesture, Professor Janardhan. Thank you.
I'm sure we all agree that 2021, 2020 was not good for everybody, especially due to COVID-19. We all was affected. Today, 1st August, brings happiness, a ray of hope, to make sure that this menace of COVID-19, which we all are facing, is outwashed with the very good news of Mr. Janardhan being bestowed upon the award of Lifetime Achievement. Now, I can see a lot of messages which are coming from all over the world. I would now like to share a few important messages. Who would like to congratulate Mr. Janardhan on his achievement. The first one is the message from Dr. Bibek Debroy, who is not only a fountain pen lover, but also an economic advisor to the Prime Minister of Advisor. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the message from Dr. Bibek Debroy.
I think Ink Happiness does phenomenal work in furthering the cause of fountain pen ink, fountain pens, calligraphy, the art of writing. 1st August is special for Ink Happiness because it is the day that Ink Happiness started, and not that long ago, just about 3 years. I'm conscious of the honor that Ink Happiness has shown me by asking me, and I'm no more than a user of fountain pens, I love fountain pens, to deliver this brief message. Ink Happiness needs to be congratulated for having started the Ink Happiness Lifetime Achievement Award. 2 outstanding people have already been bestowed this Lifetime Achievement Award, Yusuf Mansoor and Sudhir Kalyanikar. For those who know fountain pens, for those who are familiar with fountain pens and calligraphy and the art of writing, these 2 names are familiar. If any such person were to be asked that who should be the 3rd recipient for this kind of Lifetime Achievement Award, I think unanimously all of us would have said Professor K C Janardhan. I not only congratulate Professor K C Janardhan for being singled out for this Lifetime Achievement Award, I also congratulate everyone in Ink Happiness for having thought of him. I can't think of a better person. In fact, I don't know anyone who has been given this honor of being allowed to write his name on his own passport, or being allowed to write names on death certificates and birth certificates of close ones. In terms of popularizing calligraphy, the art of writing, both arts that are fast dying out, there is no name to rival Professor K C Janardhan. Congratulations once again to Ink Happiness and to Professor Janardhan, and thank you for having invited.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Bibek Debroy. I'm sure each and everyone over here will agree with you. There is no other better person than Mr. Professor K C Janardhan, who deserves this award. Not deserves this award, rather, he is inspiring and motivating many people to come forward, adopt this beautiful art, and make sure that it makes meaningful difference in the life of everybody. Thank you so very much for your kind words, Dr. Bibek Debroy. Now we have got Right Honorable Shri Birendra Sharma ji, who was a British MP from 5 times, from Ealing Southall, representing the Labour Party, and the person who has always been inspiring to Professor Janardhan. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear his kind comments.
I would like to congratulate Professor K C Janardhan on receiving the third Inked Happiness Lifetime Achievement Award. Inked Happiness provides a valuable service to a community of talented writers in preserving the art form of calligraphy. It is fitting that this award should be given to Professor K C Janardhan, who has worked in this field for many years. He has also presented at the museum he has created in Bangalore, India, which I had the pleasure of visiting in person. I convey my best wishes in his future endeavors.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Shri Virendra Sharma ji. You are fortunate to have visited the museum. I have only heard about it. And I pray to Lord Pashupati Nath that one day, soon after COVID is over, I'll personally make a trip to museum which Professor Janardhan has created. Now, let's go further. We have got a very special message, very, very special message from Mr. Howard Kunix, who is a fountain pen lover and also a collector from USA. Let me read the message, and I'll also display his message. On August 1st, we celebrate the 4th birthday of Inked Happiness. It is a time we can express our gratitude to Shom Ganguly for his unselfish commitment, effort, and success in bringing reading pleasure to fountain pen aficionados worldwide. His writing flair is noteworthy, as is his knowledge, compassion, and humility. Actually, this is a time to do a celebration. As internationally renowned calligrapher, Professor K C Janardhan is the recipient of this prestigious Inked Happiness Lifetime Achievement Award. Professor Janardhan's work is remarkable, and he is considered the Grand Master of calligraphy. Please join me in honoring and thanking these two great gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Howard Kunix. The kind words, I am sure, has been communicated word by word to both the gentlemen, and I'm sure we are honored to receive a message too. Thank you so very much. Let me move forward now. We have got a scientist. Now, who says scientists cannot write well? We've got a scientist, Dr. Sovan Roy, who is not only a fountain pen historian, author and a collector of many, many books. He has written the history of the first fountain pen manufactured in Nepal. Let's hear his message.
Recognizing Dr. K C Janardhan for his overwhelming contributions to the fountain pen brotherhood is a decision long due. I appreciate Inked Happiness Group for their passion and remarkable presence in the milieu of world fountain pen community. I wish all success to this program of honoring Dr. K C Janardhan with Lifetime Achievement Award, and also wish him a very long, purposeful life. Welcome, Mr. Janardhan.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Sovan Roy, for encouraging words and also blessings. Now I have somebody who's very close to me. Why close to me? not only in terms of art, but also distance-wise. I'm from Kathmandu, I'm from Nepal, and the next person who wants to communicate his wishes is none other than Engineer Atul Korala, who was the secretary to the Prime Minister of Nepal. He is also the secretary to the foundation, and he and Professor Janardhan has adopted Nepal. The next target is that every single Nepalese child will be able to write well. Maestro Janardhan, I don't have words to thank you, for considering Nepal and the Nepalese children to write better. Looking forward to see you soon in Nepal and making sure that everybody get the blessings and they write well. With this, let's hear the message from Atul Korala ji.
The man of the moment here today needs no introduction. Man with a golden hand, Maestro K C Janardhan. I was fortunate enough to get to know him when I stumbled upon him during my quest of impactful education in society. And his ideology, passion, and dedication toward his art intrigued me. In 2018, I collaborated with him in a project named Handwriting for Change in Society, where students from different levels joined the program. Students, including myself, were in awe, looking at him carve his letters into art, each alphabet and each word with so much precision with a beautiful fountain pen in his hand. This event was the stepping stone towards the launch of one of my aspiring projects, transforming Nepal through handwriting. Mr. Janardhan has been an example for all of us. We are lucky to have a man of his qualities as the member of Special Advisory Committee of Sushil Koirala Memorial Foundation in Kathmandu, Nepal. Lastly, I would like to thank Subhabrata Ganguly Sam, who is also in Special Advisory Committee of Sushil Koirala Memorial Foundation, and we together have been working towards transforming education in Nepal through handwriting, and founder of Ink Happiness for giving me this opportunity to congratulate Mr. Janardhan for receiving Ink Happiness Lifetime Achievement Award for his continuing contribution to the field of handwriting, lettering, and calligraphy, for encouraging the use of fountain pens and inks even in a digitized world. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Atul Korala. And just for the knowledge of our esteemed guests, Sushil Koirala Memorial Foundation is one of the organizations is the most respected in Nepal. Once they have decided that they will be taking handwriting as their CSR to ensure that most of the children they write, we can be rest assured that this will happen. I wish you all the very best, Sushil Saab, that with the kind support of Mr. Janardhan and Mr. Cham, we'll be able to bring handwriting to a greater heights in Nepal. With this, I've got some very, very interesting person whose message has come from Bangladesh. I would now like to play the message of Mr. Aman Babu, who is a journalist by profession and has done research on fountain pens in Indian subcontinent. Please help me welcome Amin's Babu's message.
It is always a great pleasure when I speak about my happiness. The happiness is pen, paper, pencil, ink, actually essential writing instrument and materials. And this time I'm talking about ink happiness. In a very short time, ink happiness has taken place in the heart of global leaders. I want to congratulate Team Ink Happiness for completing the third year. And glad to hear that this year, lifetime achievement award will be given to a gifted man, Professor K C Janardhan. Professor K C Janardhan, actually. Wow, what could be better than this? My best wishes and congratulations to him. Yes, sometimes we are honored by honoring someone like Maestro K C Janardhan, such a great man in his field of work.
Thank you very much, Amin Babu, for your lovely message. It ended abruptly because sometimes, despite your best efforts, there are technical glitches for which we are sorry. It was not intentional. Now we have got the message from Mr. Christie, who is the chairman, British Business Group, based in South India. He is the MD of Red Sky Property. I'm going to read a message which he has sent, a very short but very sweet message. All my wishes and best regards to K C Janardhan. Congratulations on your much deserved award. Personally, I must say how much my handwriting improved since doing the Mont Blanc masterclass experience with you. Deeply grateful. Thank you very much. I'm trying for the last 1 year to improve my handwriting, and Professor Janardhan has committed that soon after this event, he will give me certain tips by which I can improve my handwriting in the next 24 hours. Thank you very much. And I think it means a lot. It will happen so. I would now like to read a message from someone without whom we can't write. We have the message from the managing director of Click Pens, the company who has decided to take this into a new level. Click Pens will be available in all the schools, and all the school children in future will be writing. I'm deeply honored to play the message sent by Harsh Gogwani, and I'm sure, Mr. Harsh, you're listening to me, and the same privilege our Nepalese children will also have, not only Indian children.
It is a great pleasure that Ink Happiness is turning 4 today. It is an equally great pleasure that Professor K C Janardhan is being honored with 3rd Ink Happiness Lifetime Achievement Award. The pleasure is magnified many times by the fact that both Prof Janardhan and Chonda share a very loving relationship with click pens. I wish them both many years of click happiness. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Harsh, for your lovely message. I'm honored now to play the message of somebody who redefined the definition of pen. He added another N into a pen. Mr. Nikhil Ranjan, the owner of William Pen, who is associated with Professor Janardhan for the last 22 years, if I'm not mistaken, when they opened their first showroom in Koramangala. Let me play the message of Mr. Nikhil Ranjan.
I've been an avid reader of Inked Happiness for a few years now, and I really enjoy reading the content that Mr. Subrata Ganguly produces week on week and month on month. What I find most interesting is the fact that it has a view from the Indian point of view. We've all been used to consuming content from the European or the international point of view. But what Inked Happiness brings to the table is the Indian point of view. So not only does it interest people like us who are in the industry, but also fountain pen enthusiasts. So on the occasion of the 3rd anniversary of Inked Happiness, I'd like to wish Mr. Ganguly and Inked Happiness the very best. And may you keep continuing to produce great content for readers in times to come. All the very best.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nikhil. I'm sure Chamda, or rather Chamda, will be producing more contents for everybody, meaningful contents, which will not only, spread happiness, it will also foster the friendship. Today being the Friendship Day, 1st of August. While we were talking, the award has reached the Maestro, it has reached Bangalore. And now I would request Maestro to receive the award. And I'm deeply thankful to Chauvan for this lovely award and the best selection what anybody could have done.
Thank you, Chom, and the fraternity of fountain pen collectors and lovers for bestowing this 3rd Inked Happiness Lifetime Achievement Award on me. That too, on this glorious occasion of the 4th birthday of Inked Happiness. This award will always remain close to my heart.
Thank you so very much. The message, the award has reached. Now, the great time has come to hear from Master himself. I would now request Maestro Janardhan to please deliver your acceptance speech. And please share your thoughts for future generation, not only for India and Nepal, for other countries too. Master Janardhan.
Thank you, Tamanji, for those kind words. My dear fellow travelers in pursuit of knowledge and excellence, people who have gathered here, I believe you're all my fellow travelers. I like to start by saying learning begins in the womb and it only ends in the tomb. I accept this 3rd Inked Happiness Lifetime Award on behalf and also dedicated to persons with epilepsy, Down syndrome, ADHD, and other mental and physical challenges, urging them to come out of the shadows and face the challenges. For all my achievements have been constantly fighting against odds of social stigma, socio-economic and health challenges that are being thrown at me even today. On this occasion of Friendship Day, it is apt that I would like to thank my senior friends, thank all the people who sent messages through their videos, who believed in my abilities in the early 90s and encouraged me when I decided to pursue a career in handwriting against a mountain of opposition from other near and dear family members, which were stacked against me, causing worry and stress to my immediate family. As I move along, I would include my 220 plus corporate and individual clients who reposed faith in me as a professional calligrapher. My students, their parents, and teachers who came to me and trusted my abilities to transform the handwriting, and later who even recognized, whoever came along who recognized my abilities in forgery detection, management, and various corporate training abilities to provide me opportunities to prove myself. I cannot forget the fourth estate, be it the print, radio, television, or the digital media, who have been telling my story. They have told it over 360 times at every stage of my career in the last 30 years. My friends in the stationery shops, fountain pen fraternity, ink and paper manufacturers, and a very, very special thanks goes out to the Mont Blanc Pen Company for providing me a great opportunity of collaboration of passion to become the first ever Mont Blanc handwriting masterclass trainer in India, allowing me to express my passion and letting me enjoy training the people that they brought across with my 7 elements of handwriting through the Mont Blanc handwriting masterclass sessions. It was a real dream come true. But last but not the least, to all those great masters in history who have strived hard to keep this art form alive against the dilution and suppression, and they went through a lot of difficulties to keep handwriting, lettering, and calligraphy in its pristine glory. If not for all those who have become a part of my journey, if they had not played their supporting role, I see quite a lot of them here who have been a part of my journey and who have played a great supporting role, today I would have not reached this summit. And therefore, I am receiving this award on behalf of all of them, all of you. This award is not to recognize me, but to recognize all of you who have been a part of my journey. And what I would like to do is, I hope it motivates people born with challenges and otherwise too, to rise against the odds and scale greater heights by polishing their natural abilities and strengths. I'm reminded of Benjamin Franklin, who said, wasted strengths are like sundials under shade. So I appeal to all of you to come out of the shadows and showcase your strengths to the world, as we are all mortal and our deeds and achievements will always remain immortal in history. Inked Happiness has changed the way fountain pen lovers, the fountain pen community has been written about in all these years. Chom's lucid, candid expressions with new perspectives on fountain inks, paper, its collectors and restorers in this digital age. With renewed enthusiasm, he has released a new lease of life for this fraternity to rise like a phoenix from the ashes, and ironically to say so, through the digital medium. No wonder today it has become the leading blog, attracting over 1 lakh and odd readers with numerous articles. I remember the blog had started in 2018, and each story would get about 100 likes. But then today, I'm glad to say that each story gets about 10,000 plus likes, and some of them have touched even 20,000 plus. These articles have motivated a few million people around the world, especially the IT geeks, the doctors, the engineers, the lawyers, auditors, to pick up a fountain pen and write, and then also order for dip and write nibs through the online shops, and watch various videos and try to improve their handwriting and pursue their passion. Inked happiness has accelerated the growth of fountain pen industry. I can say that with conviction. And to a large extent, Chom himself is a collector with 7,000 pens, and he has written about them. Inked happiness has just not been focusing on fountain pens alone, but it has worked towards reviving the oldest ink brand called as Suleka, which was unfortunately dormant for the last 30 plus years. Suleka was a dream of Mahatma Gandhi, Swadeshi movement. Recently, some special inks were manufactured for the Bangladesh Mother Language Day, and many more thematic inks have started flowing out of the Suleka factory. Credit goes to Chom Ganguly for doing this. Inked happiness, with its holistic approach, has been fostering friendly relations with India's neighbors, Bangladesh and Nepal, and other countries too. I'm deeply concerned about the digital age, where many youngsters have lost their cognitive skills, memory, and vocabulary due to over-dependence on these modern digital gadgets. Many of them have suffered carpal tunnel syndrome, repetitive strain injury, and whatnot, like digits getting into atrophy and eye problems because of the over-usage of these gadgets. I appeal to all listeners today to encourage the use of fountain pens and inks, which is eco-friendly. I am reminded of the old adage, which would be apt at this juncture. Reading makes you a ready person, writing an exact person, and conversation a complete person. Therefore, writing by hand is important to stimulate your cognitive abilities, your memory, your vocabulary, to power your expression. Unfortunately, it has been lost out by almost a generation. But at the same time, it's heartening for me to see more and more from the younger generation embracing the fountain pen and the art of beautiful writing. I would like to remind you all that the world history has showcased that the stroke of the pen and the power of the tongue will always rule supreme, as demonstrated by thinkers, philosophers, writers, and the leaders. I appeal to all younger generation of handwriting, lettering, and calligraphy enthusiasts and practitioners to uphold the art form in its pristine sense by understanding the basics and the nuances and its differences, to explore deeper to understand the true meaning of calligraphy with a spiritual dimension and do justice to the art form. Now, I'd like to tell the youngsters who are getting into this, who want to become a professional calligrapher, there are two parts to it. Becoming a calligrapher is like, a cricketer trying to become a test cricketer, perfecting everything with patience and being there to score the runs one after the other, slowly and steadily. Living the life of a calligrapher, professional calligrapher, is different ballgame altogether. You need entrepreneurial skills, soft skills, and managerial skills to set up business and to run this business against the odds of the profession. Even today, it is not listed in the Income Tax Act of India, and therefore nobody pursuing this profession will even get a loan from the bank. The digital onslaught, less said the better. Becoming a professional in the true sense is a different ballgame, as I said, and becoming a hobby calligrapher is different. One who needs to become a professional calligrapher, I would like to tell from my experience that you need to withstand the pressures and demands of the client, the time frames set by them, literally do overnight jobs, burning the midnight oil, and deliver impeccable pieces of lettering and calligraphy without compromising on quality. Until you really establish your credibility, reliability, and your concern for the client, you have not just arrived. You need to be ready to be shortchanged and wait patiently for the money to come by. It is like playing the one-day cricket or the 2020 format today, where you need to meet the stiff targets set by the client or the customer and you need to emerge victorious under pressure. If you're not a good finisher like Dhoni and deliver on time, your professional career will be finished. It's easy to build a reputation, but maintaining it for a long time is the challenge. As the saying goes, reaching the top is easy, but staying on top is a big question. I said 30 years ago that even with the oncoming digital onslaught, the act of writing will remain, as only the surfaces on which we wrote, from the cave walls in Sumeria to the clay tablets in Mesopotamia to the Indus Valley civilization, the Aztec civilization, the Maya and Inca, and so many of them in the Eastern world, the Chinese, the Japanese, as well as the Taiwanese pictograms. The act of writing has remained even today, but only the surface has changed and the implements have changed. You see the smartphones with the stylus, you see the Apple iPad with electronic pencil, and they have delivered saying that handwriting, we're getting back to even on the electronic medium. A decade ago, people said handwriting is dead. Some media people wrote articles and they said it's the end of handwriting, it's the end of Mr. Janardhan. But with the onslaught of malware and cyber attacks, people have lost a lot of money, data, peace of mind, and most importantly, the right to privacy. When the US security chief was asked, what do we do for security and safety after WannaCry malware on hospitals, which attacked the hospitals and crippled many surgeries? Even people couldn't get their ambulances on time because everything was electronic and you had to call for it through a internet connectivity. Emergency treatments were gone, people suffered. Then there were attacks on Pentagon in USA. The security chief was asked by the media, now what do we do? How do we really secure ourselves? How do we protect our privacy? Then he said something which was very, very dear to me. He said, put pen to paper. I would like to repeat that. Put pen to paper, he said. So I appeal to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, if you want everything to be secure in today's world, please write down all your important information in a diary. Nobody from some corner of the world, maybe from Timbuktu, can come and steal it. You will have to get them across to your house to steal it. That means it's very, very secure. The BBC report of the recent times says by 2031, many youngsters would have moved away from the social media, from various platforms after experiencing its perils, and would go back to writing for security, safety, and restoring their privacy. Now, this award is a booster dose for me to accelerate my dream of creating over 1 crore jobs as handwriting master trainers, as the new post-digital age will need them more than ever before, and expand my museum to keep this art form and the subject alive for generations to come and enjoy the collections which are displayed at the museum. With film shows and samples of pencils and pens of different types to feel how it is to write with a smooth, buttery feel of the fountain pen. And my final dream is to create, if it's possible, the first ever University of Alphabet in the world. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for a very patient hearing. I am honored today that you all took off the time and came here. I would like to finish with a quote. I have a vision which is fueled by a passion, driven by an obsession to reach my destination, complete my mission, and realize my ambition. And in this journey, I express my gratitude to all of you who have provided me the acceleration. Cheers to all of you. Thank you, Chom and the fraternity, for recognizing me today. I am humbled. Thank you.
Wow. That is one of the most energetic acceptance speech I've ever heard. Maestro, your dream of 1 crore jobs, I'm sure in the near future will be a reality. I'm sure till the time people like you, till the time people like the audiences who are here, who are participating, they are there, handwriting will never die. There are many, many new people will come, new persons will come. Till the time we have got persons like Harsh Gagwani, Mr. Nikhil Ranjan, Mr. Chom, Mont Blanc pens and others, this art is going to be definitely flourishing. Also, I thought I'm going to share a secret with everybody, if I'm permitted. The secret is when you're going to have your University of Alphabets, if you are the chancellor, you'll require a vice chancellor. And I am the only suitable candidate because I match you very much. In case people don't trust me, please look at the beard of both of us and see the similarity. I've started copying Maestro's persona. Ladies and gentlemen, with this, I'm very thankful to Professor Janardhan, also to Cham Ganguly, who has given us this opportunity to revive the handwriting. Have the faith in handwriting. I'm personally, as I said, I'm 64 and I've just started handwriting. It has become an addiction. It has become an addiction, and I commit that I will match your step by step in this endeavor to make it successful in Nepal. Now, I would like to welcome Chom once again, because in this journey of 30 years of Maestro, there are certain people who have played definite role in motivating, guiding Mr. Maestro to be on the line where he is, to achieve his dream, to have a good vision. I would now request Mr. Chom, please take it over and give short introductions of the people who have been in the lovely journey of Maestro.
Mr. Anilji, thank you, Anilji, thank you, Janardhan Saab. Thank you everyone for your patient hearing, for being with us. But I would just request that you kindly grant me permission to deviate a little bit at this juncture, because we have with us another great personality who was traveling, so he could not send us a message. Mr. Yusuf Mansoor is here with us. Yusuf Mansoor is the recipient of the first Inked Happiness Lifetime Achievement Award. He is kind of a father figure to all of us. May I request with folded hands that before we go into all the well-wishers of Janardhan Saab who have committed to speak here and who are waiting, if you please request us to allow Mr. Yusuf Mansoor to say a few words, because he was traveling and he has just come in to take part in the program. May I request Mr. Yusuf Mansoor to say something, sir? Yusuf ji.
Good evening, all distinguished participants. I'm Yusuf Mansoor, as Cham has already introduced me. And it was very humbling. And thanks, Cham, for your really kind words. I do not really know I really deserve such an introduction you have given to distinguished participants. But anyway, first thing I would like to congratulate Professor Janardhan, and of course you, for maintaining and recognizing integrity in the community. And I know I always consider you as a visionary among this close fraternity. And you have always opted for people who really has contributed in the field of fine writing. Being a participant and physical participant in your programs, and being a first recipient of your Inked Happiness, I know how humbling this experience is going to be, Professor Janardhan. And I know having good handwriting, I believe, is a virtue. Janardhan Saab, we all recognize his 3 Ps, patience, practice, and perseverance, of course. But apart from that, his ability to inspire anyone. I mean, his first time visitor or his communication skill, and that makes him a real maestro. And I may be having a good handwriting, but I'm not sure of myself. I'm inspiring others for good handwriting. That is what he does best. So he is indeed a maestro for all of us. Congratulations, Professor Janardhan, and congratulations, Cham, for your good work. I've said so many times, but if I say something, it's again going to be just a repetition. But anyway, your integrity, your prolific contribution to highlight fountain pen. I mean, you cover almost everything. Whatever you write is a pleasure to read. So that is not me. Everybody recognize that. And as Professor said, from 100 likes or 50 likes to 20,000 likes is not a mean achievement. And that is what you have done in such a short time. And for such a close-knit community, it's not a mean achievement. So congratulations to you and of course to Professor Janardhan. And thank you very much everyone for hearing me. Thank you very much and good evening. Chong. Can you hear me, Chong?
Can you hear me, sir? Thank you. Thank you, Yusuf ji. Thank you, everyone. May I now request Bala Mukundan, who has been Professor Janardhan's, the Maestro's classmate from the 4th standard in Chennai, and he is extremely close to Professor Janardhan. He is currently a biodiesel fuel manufacturer, an advisor to the working committee of the Ministry of Petroleum of India. May I request Bala Mukundan sir to please share a few words.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. This is indeed a pleasure to see one of my schoolmates receiving an esteemed award like the Inked Happiness Award. He has always been passionate about writing. From the days of school, we have seen him traumatized because he was a patient of epilepsy even back then. And we have to thank the school and of course his schoolmates for having put up with him then and slowly but surely guided him to where he is. Out of school, he has grown professionally, and I have been in touch with him on and off right through the years. It is quite a long association if you say it's 4th standard because it's quite some time ago. We have had the pleasure of listening to him and his passion for calligraphy and the fountain pen. And to such an extent that when we traveled out of on our tours, my kids used to ask me to get fountain pens for them because he had interacted with them and he had instilled in them that passion too. Anyway, having said that, I'm absolutely happy, and it's an absolute pleasure to see that he has been recognized for his passion. And as he has said, it's not very easy to do business of any nature, and especially calligraphy, because it's a non-understood theory, which he has become a proponent of to a large extent, and that he has succeeded in it speaks volumes of his tenacity and his ability. So with these few words, I congratulate him and thank Inked Happiness for having given him such a fantastic award in true recognition of what he has achieved to date and what he is achieving and will achieve in the future also. Thank you all and good evening.
Thank you, Balaji. May I now request Dr. T. Rangarajan, Fellow of IIM, former Dean and Director of many business schools across the country, a knowledge consultant and family friend of Professor Janardhan for over 3 decades. Dr. Rangarajan, please. Dr. T. Rangarajan, sir, are you there?
I think he's not there. We can skip.
Okay, so we'll skip on to Giridhar sir, who's the CEO of Azim Premji University, one of the first to be handpicked by none other than Azim Premji to join the Azim Premji Foundation, a well-known author of cricket books, a family friend from the 1980s. Please, Giridharji, if you share a few words with us. Giridharji.
Thank you for inviting me to speak on this lovely occasion. And congratulations and best wishes to Inked Happiness. It is, I think, a wonderful initiative. Wish Inked Happiness particularly many, many years of success with Chaum in charge and others supporting it. As far as my friend Jana goes, I find it strange that all of you refer to him as Professor Janardhan, whereas for me, he's always Jana, since I know him from 1980-81. Knew him as a college student and although I am about 7 or 8 years elder to him, we bonded like buddies. That is credit to Jana, not to me, because that is his nature. We've had occasion to be particularly regularly in touch in Chennai. And then, of course, since I moved to Bangalore 20 years ago. I think to be a maestro in calligraphy is not a unidimensional thing. I don't know much about calligraphy, but I'm very certain that anybody who is a maestro at calligraphy is actually a multi-dimensional person and is actually a polymath. My friend Jana is a polymath. If you sit with him for 1 hour, you can take 10 topics at random and you can discuss that most interestingly with Jana. His breadth of knowledge, his understanding of subjects, his keenness to absorb, his keenness to learn and grow from every interaction is phenomenal. For a person, he is a standard bearer for what can be achieved by people with challenges. So even though he had his episodes of epilepsy and is in fact a wonderful spokesperson and flag bearer for epilepsies, for epileptics, I think to overcome that and to become one of the world's finest calligraphists is a phenomenal thing. In fact, to be an entrepreneur and a professional calligrapher is even more difficult. That requires resilience, determination, almost a junoon, as they say in Urdu. So he's got that junoon and it's not easy. It's so easy to give up professional calligraphy given the constraints. Jana mentioned it in a very easy way. I know it firsthand. I only wish that there are many more people who say, well done, Shabash, can find ways and means to also join in the propagation and promotion of calligraphy. I come from a place like a university where I have many colleagues who are professional writers. And many of them, you won't believe, still write with pen and paper. Every time I see a Mont Blanc in somebody's hand, or a William Penn in somebody's hand, or a Schaefer in somebody's hand, I connect with Jana. Because every time I see them write with a pen in their register, with those lovely fountain pens, they're crazy about those pens. Their handwriting may be average, but they love those pens almost as much as anything else. So I come from a place where, unlike IT and other industries, you will see a lot more pen and paper because I belong to a university. I also belong to a university which focuses on education, development, and the social sciences. So it's even more likely that you'll find such people. Very interestingly, a week ago or so, I know many of us have come across this circulation of remembrance of Prem Bihari, the wonderful person who wrote the Constitution of India in his own handwriting. I think India has such a lovely heritage with calligraphy. I don't need to go back to thousands of years into history that Jana referred to, because Jana referred to our civilizations and the ancient civilizations. I'm talking of 70 years ago. Our own Constitution of India, handwritten beautifully by Prem Bihari and with beautiful motifs and murals or borders drawn by Nandalal Bose, the great painter. Our Constitution is a work of art. If anybody wants to know what is calligraphy and how to promote calligraphy, I can think of nothing better than to think of that. Of course, closer home, I always ask Jana to keep telling people how he's one of the few people who's written his own passport. At home, I too have a few special gifts that Jana has made. He's lovingly written, calligraphed on parchment for me. He's infrared heated a paper to age it and then framed it and given it to me. You don't need to do all that, but that's friendship. So Jana is friend. So what all have I done with Jana together? I've played cricket with him. I watched cricket with him. I've listened to music with him. I've gone and watched movies with him. We have chatted about everything. And Jana is in fact fantastic when it comes to directions. So he's a man of great possibilities and interests. So I've roamed around Bangalore and learned about Bangalore and nearby places because either I was on the back pillion of Jana's Enfield or he was sitting next to me as he taught me in my car as I was new in Bangalore riding around. Jana is a fabulous personality and a wonderful friend. So even as we are celebrating a Maestro calligrapher, I wanted to tell you people what a wonderful person he is. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I have the great pleasure of inviting my Didi, Bharti Singh. Bharti Singh is the founder and CEO of Samudra Foundation, a renowned developmental professional, youth and family counselor with a proven track record of saving young lives and building livelihood among close to 2 lakh people in the last 13 years through psychosocial interventions and theater campaigns. But I would like to add only one thing here which is missing and which I know for a fact, that Bharti Singh has been using handwriting and calligraphy and has been using Professor Janardhan's help to fight against suicide, especially among the youngsters, by helping them overcome their fear of having a bad handwriting. May I invite Bharti Singh, my Didi, to say a few words, please? Didi. Didi, are you there?
You have to unmute.
Yes.
Didi, please.
Good evening to everybody. Congratulations, Sham Dada. Thanks for that very cute introduction. Hope I deserve that. Well, what to say today? I've been sitting here from 5 o'clock and I'm so happy. Words really don't suffice to define K C Janardhan, my very good friend. I always run short of words. He's a fine gentleman, very well read, very well traveled, very graceful, and an impressive communicator. And he has proven that now. And I'm so happy that he has got this honor today on Friendship Day. I think that's the best gift all of us could have given him. And thanks to you, Dada, for doing that on all our behalf. And thanks to Mr. Thaman for such nice conducting the program. I've been watching very elegant event. And what else to tell about KC? He's multiply talented, born with a lot of skills and unmatchable passion, excellence, and commitment towards penmanship. Actually, I think I'm the critic here. I have seen his other talents like mimicking, and he's an excellent training partner. We both have shared the stage, and he's a great trainer, very versatile, very talented, creative speaker. He's a orator. So I always tell him, why don't you work on those strengths of yours? But then he's been, resisting, and he's what to say, undying passion and commitment for penmanship. And thank you, KC. I'm so happy for you. And may all your aspirations, dreams come true, and you deserve much more in the field of excellence that you have been working on. And continue to spread the message of putting pen to paper. God bless you. I cannot be happier than this. Thanks, Sham Dada. Thanks a lot for this. All of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Didi. May I now request Lakshmi Narayan Sriram, a classmate from school in Chennai, who went to school with Professor Janardhan and who has closely observed him through the years. He is into the IoT business. Lakshmi Narayan Sriram, sir. Sir, can you hear me, sir? Okay, we'll move on to Dr.
Hello.
Okay,
Yeah.
hello.
Thanks, Mr. Chom. Happy to be with you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Happy to be with Jenna and this august company of illustrious people on this great day. Very few manage to transform their lives like you have done, Jenna. 3 years ago, I celebrated my birthday with you and got to learn how important a good handwriting is and how it shapes a kid and a person. You have achieved so much and used your life so well. There is so much to learn from you. It has been a pleasure to travel with you over these years. I cherish the 12 pens you gifted me. I hope you can see it. Yeah. Jenna gifted me 12 pens for my 55th birthday, every pen engraved with my name on it. And each pen has a different style of nib to fit my comfort. And you know, I make it a point to write my diary every day with them. Thanks to Inked Happiness and all here who made this movement a success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sriram.
Thank you, sir. Now it is my great honor to invite Dr. Pk Srivasta, who is an academician with many qualifications in diverse fields, like a dual PhD. He is an expert in ancient Indian mathematics and is a multifaceted talent. So I was honored to have the blessing of touching his feet when I met him first in Professor Janardhan's house. May I request Dr. Pk Srivasta to please come and say a few words. Sir, I think you have to unmute yourself, sir.
Are you able to hear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. And this is a very special occasion, not only for the Inked Happiness, but also for the World Friendship Day. I cannot but be forced to recall a very beautiful statement by the Sangyana Sukta, Sangachadvam Samvadadvam Sammo Manansi Jayeta. It declares in unequivocal terms that we should have concordance with not only ourselves, but also with all the people with respect to the nature, with respect to the other people, in terms of our voyage, in terms of our speech, in terms of our working, etc. Who is the best friend? Before making friendship, we should be our best friend, because once we are a good friend to ourselves, then only we have a wonderful body-mind coordination, and we can do wonders with this particular wonderful coordination. And this is where Maestro Janardhan has made wonders in this field of handwriting and calligraphy. With his body-mind coordination, he is able to achieve excellence in both these particular fields. We have been friends for about over 25 years, and we have discussed various subjects, including handwriting, calligraphy, then art training, etc., etc. So it was a pleasure discussing about these particular subjects, and I wish many more honors to be bestowed to Maestro Janardhan, and I heartily congratulate him on this particular occasion. And thank you, Cham, for your wonderful speech and also an opportunity given to me. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. May I now request Professor Janardhan's old friend and a very senior journalist who worked with a leading newspaper, the Deccan Heralds, for decades. At an end, he is an English teacher and a journalist who has tracked Professor Janardhan's meteoric rise from 1991 till date. Mr. Michael Patro, sir. Sir, are you there? Sir, are you there, sir? Okay, I'll move on. Probably we are unable to establish contact with Mr. Patro. May I now request Rotarian Srinivasa Murthy, a family friend for over 2 decades, past General Secretary of Rotary District 3190, who has worked very closely with KCJ in Rotary and many other social forums. Rotarian Srinivas Murthy, please.
On. Move on.
Can I?
We'll move on.
Can I? Sir, I'll move on to Brigadier Ajit Apte, sir, retired. He's the ex-chairman of British Business Group in Pune. Brigadier Apte, sir, if you please share your feelings with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, let me congratulate Calligraphy Maestro, the various universities and schools. While I was the chairman of the British Business Group chapter, Executive Director or Secretary of the British Business Group Bangalore chapter. When I am a soldier, having served 36 years in the Indian Army and having fought the 1971 war, I'll just bring out a point. Between Michael and the sword is a today by Edward Lytton, 1839. That the written word is more effective, a tool for communication than violence. This was amply proved in 1971, when I was just a 21-year-old young commissioned officer. Yeah. I had a partner 51 pen with me, along with my revolver, when I went home. The surrender which took place in Dhaka, General Niazi, that day, a written note.
To mute the others. Request the host to mute the others, please. And pin the speaker.
That day, on 16th December 1971, dropped by Field Marshal Maestro, the Army Chief, Pakistan Army to surrender. Word by pen. The final letter which went to General Niazi that the Indian Army has encircled you and it's better you surrender was not by firing bullets or my guns. I'm an artillery officer, but it was putting a message by pen on paper. And that message was taken to General Niazi by one of our officers that General, to save more lives being massacred, it is suggested that you and your army surrender. So that is the power of the pen, which I must say as a soldier, which I witnessed 50 years ago as we celebrate the golden jubilee of the victory of the 1971 war. So in honor of my dear friend Jana, let me tell you, Jana, I have been a soldier for 36 years, but I carry the Parker 51 pen always in my pocket. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My great respect to the Maestro, Professor K C Janardhan, better known to me as Jana, my dear friend. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. May I now request Dr. N.R. Suresh, who's the president of IEA Bangalore chapter and a doctor with 35 years of general government service. Dr. Suresh, please. Dr. Suresh, are you there?
Can you hear now?
Yes, sir. Hear? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we can.
Yeah. Thank you for the introduction. And I thank this organization for inviting me to participate in this Lifetime Achievement Award, which has been instituted to honor those people for their outstanding contribution to the pen, ink, paper, and writing. In fact, I was wondering what this is about when the Grand Master Calligraphy, Janardhan himself explained to me what is this all about and his contribution and how the writing with the pen and is still continuing, and he's doing a great job in that. And I'm very happy that this time the Lifetime Achievement Award has been bestowed on Janardhan, and who is also an office bearer of the Indian Epilepsy Association Bangalore chapter. I am really very happy to be associated with him. And I would like to say a few words that he has achieved all these laurels, fame and name, not only at the national level, also the international level, in spite of suffering from epilepsy. He has overcome the obstacle of epilepsy, the problem of epilepsy, to achieve this level of standard in his life. And there is a lot of, I would like to say, there is a lot of myths, misconception, wrong belief about the epilepsy in the community. And our association is basically connected with improving the quality of life, to dispel the myths, epilepsy, about what is existing, and also to improve the quality of life for the people living with epilepsy, and promote the better treatment, life care, and also rehabilitation for those people. It is an inspiration for all the other people with epilepsy. Janardhan is a shining example and an inspiration, because in spite of the obstacle, how he has overcome that. So this is an inspiration, motivation for others to come up in their life. It is not an obstacle. And he has proved that by his Maestro in this calligraphy, which is a very difficult art. And nowadays, with a lot of WhatsApp messages going and all, and typing and this one, handwriting has become a rare this one now. And I'm very sure that he is. I am also, as a doctor, most of the doctors' handwriting is very poor, and only they say pharmacists can understand what the doctors writes. So I'm sure with this association with Janardhan, I'll also be interested in the calligraphy, and I would like to learn a lot from him, from my close association with him for the next few years. I wish him all the best in his future career and whatever.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. May I now request LG Jyotishwara, and iconic cultural revivalist and champion of Kannada, who has written and narrated over 5,000 scripts in Kannada, English, and Hindi for radio and TV jingles, documentaries, and presentations in a career spread over 40 years. The following he has written 1,200 original tongue twisters, designed 15 word games in Kannada, and 10,000 research quiz questions about Karnataka. Also a prolific trainer, writer, and social activist. He is promoting teaching of Kannada through English and English through Kannada, especially for rural children and juvenile remand homes. Please welcome LG Jyotishwara. Sir. Hello.
Sab, thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, everyone. I've known Janardhan for about 3 years now. It's an absolute pleasure to know that he has received this wonderful award. I would like one is that Jana deserves a better title than just Maestro. He should be called a Paramacharya or Bhishmacharya of handwriting. The other one is that Jana's genius is not yet fully explored. I would like to take this opportunity to suggest very humbly to him to look at another Indian language, perhaps Sanskrit, which is the mother of all languages, because Sanskrit has been handed down to us for centuries by the palm leaf manuscripts. And therefore, exploring that avenue could be another big breakthrough for people who love handwriting. The third is that Jana has always been a person who never accepts defeat in anything, be it personal life or in seeking innovation for the many things he does with great finesse. So it is this refusal to bow down or give up that is his greatest strength, and I wish him more of that. We have discussed so many things together. In fact, we even start an international school of handwriting and also create a presentation that would influence people globally. And as he rightly pointed out, the pitfalls of the digital age could be easily overcome with mastery over handwriting. And I'm certainly delighted to meet all of you distinguished people who are so great achievers, especially Brigadier. What he shared was something wonderfully inspiring. Let us try and meet some time together whenever it's possible. I thank the foundation which has bestowed this great award on a very, very, very deserving Jana. And we all share his happiness in this moment of triumph. And I wish that India once again regains her glory along with other arts in the art of calligraphy through a Paramacharya. Thank you very much for sharing this with me.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. May I now request Hiten Balsari to come and share a few words. He is a reputation management consultant who is the India partner of Strategic Web Services Limited of London. He is the vice president of BNI Neptune chapter in Bangalore. Mr. Hiten Balsari, please.
Thank you very much, Tom, and very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today I will not talk about Professor K C Janardhan's achievements, his oratory and calligraphy skills, nor about his abilities of coaching and mentoring. And many of you distinguished guests have already done that, calling him a Paramacharya and stuff. Fantastic. The 19th century English poet Matthew Arnold said, "We do not what we ought. What we ought not we do, and lean upon the thought that chance will bring us through." Well, a lot of us do just that, but not Professor K C Janardhan. My association with him has been for a very short time, but we have bonded very well due to common interests. I know him as a person extraordinarily motivated and driven to do above and beyond. He is trusted by others, focused, and has great confidence in his own abilities. He is a dreamer. Dreams of endless possibilities and tends to be very satisfied with his life. He is suave and sophisticated, like a rare aged, no pun intended here, single malt whiskey. It is his intrinsic desire to be the best and to succeed that drives his motivation. He is internally driven, not pushed to challenge himself, always learning and exploring. He objectively observes the successes and mistakes of others and learns from them instead of judging or comparing himself. He doesn't waste time with judgmental, gossipy people either. He's willing to admit his mistakes and apologize and encourages feedback from others and uses that to take steps in the right direction. Janardhan is a brilliant observer, always watching and searching for new, more efficient, and better ways to achieve, and understands that in order to grow as a person, one must always continue to learn. A case in point is that about a year ago, he jokingly called himself a technologically challenged dinosaur. I'm sure he's mentioned that to many of you. But today, he's using digital platforms to market himself. That's what it takes. Congrats, Professor Janardhan, on being conferred the Inked Happiness Lifetime Achievement Award. And hey, the party has just begun. I wish you greater success in all your current and your future endeavors. Hey, and where's the party tonight? Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Anil Thamanji to kindly take the driver's seat again and please steer us to the safe harbors, sir.
Sure, thank you so very much. Two people will be loved in Nepal. One is Mr. Janardhan, and second one is Ethan Balsari. You ask me why.
Why, sir?
Because he mentioned a very familiar word, and that was single malt. Welcome to Nepal, Ethan. You know, we love you. Thank you very much, Chom, for taking us through the journey, which was so inspiring, by sharing thoughts of everybody who was very close to Jana. I've decided that from now onwards, I'll be calling him Professor Jana instead of Janardhan. Jana looks much more familiar. I am thankful to all the people
There are a
who
few
give their sincere comments.
Mr. Kamal, there are a few who have raised their hands there.
We are now going to, as I said, we are now going to open the floor for you to express. Please raise your hands. We'll try to accommodate maximum people, whether it's 5, 6, 7. We'll see whatever maximum we can do it. We'll be unmuted for 2 minutes, respecting each other's time. I know we have to say many, many things. 2 minutes is nothing. But because of time constraint, we won't be able to take many people. I would request the host now to please unmute the friends who would like to say few words for Mr. Janardhan. Please raise your hand so that we can see you, sir or madam.
I think Professor Pitkar wants to say something, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. It is a great pleasure to see KC Janardhan get the Lifetime Achievement Award. And I'm very happy for Sham, my friend, who has instituted it. I must say just one thing. Couple of years ago, I took 2 days leave from college. And when the principal asked me, why are you taking a leave? I said, I have to go to Bangalore to meet one person. So they all laughed, you want to travel all the way to Bangalore to meet one person? I said, yes. And I visited his museum. And when I met him, such a wonderful person, I can only say one line. Anybody and everybody who loves fountain pen must meet KC Janardhan and visit his museum. What a wonderful thing he's trying to do. And I wish him all the best. And I'm so happy that he is doing it and he has been awarded. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pitkarji. Thank you.
There's Mr. Chandrasekhar who wants to say something.
Can't hear anything.
Anilji, can you hear me? Mr. Chandrasekhar wants to say something, sir.
You, sir. Mr. Chandrasekhar, we can hear you. But not clear. There is audio problem from your side, sir.
Hello.
It is.
Sir, he is not audible, sir. Mr.
No, you're not audible. Some problem.
Sir, Mr. Mathur K. Sridhar is there and Mr. Balamurugan Ramalingam is wanting to speak, sir.
Sure. So we will first, request Mr. Mathur K. Sridhar to please say a few words.
Good evening, dignitaries seated at the virtual dais, and a special person for the day, K C Janardhan. I'm a little bit confused as to whether I should call Janardhan, Maestro Janardhan, Professor Janardhan, Paramacharya Janardhan, or whatever it is. But looking at his profile, I find the name that is displayed over there is Maestro K C Janardhan. And therefore, I would refer him as Maestro K C Janardhan. Congratulations to you on this special day for having received this Lifetime Achievement Award, which is a very, very rare one in this particular field. The fact that you've been asked to write your own passport is an indication that you've received this award long, long ago. I think it is just a formality that recognitions came to you a little late. I also enjoy my association with you when I visited Bangalore and I visited your house. And when I visited your house, the museum that you were constructing was also there, was being designed. And you took me through the entire thing. I was thoroughly impressed. At that point of time, I thought I should relocate to Bangalore only for the sole purpose of improving my handwriting. And at that point of time, I remember you indicated to me that it is quite easy to improve your handwriting, despite the fact that the drugs that you've taken over the years had spoiled you to an extent. But that doesn't matter. All that you need to do is remember 2 or 3 strokes, practice them, and I'm sure you'll be able to do well. I remember those key words that you indicated to me, and that is still reverberating in my ears and minds. And I'm sure that you will help me out when I meet you in person. I do not wish to take a very long time. I once again congratulate you for this special achievement. And I'm sure you've got lots to achieve, and your dream of having a university for the handwriting purpose, for the alphabet that you indicated, will in fact come true in due course of time. Over to you, the coordinator.
Sridhar, you could call me Janna. You're my classmate.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for giving me that privilege. Yes.
Thank you so very much. Now we are looking forward for the kind comments from Mr. Balamurgan Ramalingam. So, over to you.
Vanakkam. Good afternoon.
Vanakkam, Balamurgan.
Yes. Balamurgan Ramalingam.
Yes, I'm from Malaysia. Political.
Thank you, Balamurgan. Balamurgan is from Malaysia, and he was the Vice President of Malaysian Epilepsy Association. Nandri, Balamurgan.
Vanakkam. I'm waiting for you, sir, for your next Padma Shri விருதுகள். எல்லா விருதும் எடுத்துட்டீங்க, இன்னும் பத்மஸ்ரீ தான் எடுக்கல. அதை எடுத்துட்டீங்களா?
இல்லைங்க, அது வரும்போது வரும். உங்க நல்லாசிக்கு நன்றி.
எல்லா விருதும் பார்த்தேன், மேஸ்ட்ரோவும் பார்த்தாச்சு. அரசாங்கம் கட்டாயம் கொடுக்கும்.
Thank you, Balamurugan. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Now I would request Ms. Usha Kiran to please say a few words.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody. So I celebrate with you and wish you great success in your future endeavor, Professor K C Janardhan, sir. And you're the one most talented people I know. And so it is with a joy that I congratulate you on your significant achievement. Your hard work, of course, paid for, and you deserve the celebration and success. And I think I am a luckiest person that I have met you, sir. That is, you're associated with Samudra, right, sir? Yes. So I had an opportunity to meet you in a get-together. So I really feel proud that I have met a wonderful person. So I once again congratulate you, and I wish you more and more success, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Usha. Thank you very much for your kind comments. Now we are looking forward for comments from Aarti R. Nandakishore. Ma'am, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Good evening, sir, and good evening, everyone. I'm really so happy that, I got to connect back with two very, very wonderful human beings, Mr. Janardhan and also Mr. Chom Ganguly. And I met Mr. Janardhan as a journalist, when he was contesting for elections as an independent candidate. And it was, I think, over the years, the phenomenal learning that has happened with him is amazing. And I've also worked with him as a content curator for his blog, Sapta Beach. And that was when I got to know so many facets of him. And recently, when I was going through some rough phases with COVID, those learnings, which I had writing and just hearing him talk on various topics, it gave me a lot of confidence and, to just face whatever I've been facing and coming out of it. And words really don't come to me right now. Hearty congratulations, sir. You really deserve it. And heartfelt congratulations to Mr. Chom as well. To be passionate about something is one thing. And to just consistently go with it despite all challenges is truly something, impossible sometimes, but they've been doing it with so much of passion and dedication. It really inspires many youngsters like me. Thank you so much and best wishes.
Thank you, Aarti. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aarti, ma'am. Thank you very much for your kind comments. Now that we're coming to almost end of this lovely program, before I sign off and hand over to Mr. Chom for his closing remarks, I just have to make one comment which I can't resist. In other fields, be it Filmfare Award nights and other award nights, Lifetime Achievement Award is given to a person who's at the fag end of his career. Ladies and gentlemen, the game has just begun. Am I right, Maestro?
Yes.
Many miles to go, many things to achieve. With this, thank you very much, lovely gathering, for giving me this opportunity to be a host. I, on behalf of my age, which is just 64 years, commit to you that I'll match step by step with masters and all those people who are making this beautiful art of handwriting a grand success. I will follow you and do whatever best is possible. Thank you very much. Over to Mr. Chom. Are you there, sir?
Thank you, sir. I will not take you much of your time. I just want to apologize to everyone if there have been any mistake on our part, any shortcoming, anything that has been left out. I want to apologize with folded hands. This is our maiden effort and as you understand, we are all fountain pen people. We write with fountain pen and inks, and we are not very proficient or very used to this kind of digital platforms or this kind of digital overwhelms. So my apologies. Now, one request is another thing that we've been missing.
Chom, before you go ahead,
we have not said anything, or we have not heard anything from Janardhan Saab's family. Where is Kavita Bhavi? Where is...
That's a surprise.
Okay,
That's a surprise.
Dr. Rangarajan is here. I see him. Dr. Rangarajan is here. He was not there. He's just joined.
Okay.
We will have few words with Rangarajan, and the last final comments is going to be for me, which is a surprise for everybody.
Okay, sir.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm apologize for being coming a little late.
After Mr. Rangarajan, there is a very special video which is being made and going to be played for everybody. So please, Rangarajan Saab, your turn.
Thanks a lot. Achha, I'm sorry, I was a little late because of some technical problems. I couldn't get connected. Anyway, I'm staying in Dehradun right now, but I know K C Janardhan for quite some time, I would say. Rather, he knows us also for quite some time. And we have a lot of anecdotes to share and things like that. And one thing I just want to point out is command of the English language as well as the other languages is phenomenal. I mean, forget about his writing, but he's a fantastic showman. In the sense, actually, I have requested him to be my MC for my 70th birthday last year on 8th of February, and he did a fantastic job. So did he actually on my 60th birthday as well. And he has promised to do it for my 80th birthday as too. That is another 10 years to go. Anyway, one thing that I want to talk about Janardhan is his phenomenal sense of humor. I mean, he's a guy who can laugh when he's, I shouldn't mention it, but even on the deathbed, I'm sure he will die laughing. I mean, he is such a command of the, human sense that, I've seen him go through a lot of troubles in his earlier lives, and he has had many issues with himself and various others. But I shall not mention them right now. But I just want to congratulate him for getting this achievement award. And it's really, I would say the award deserves him. It's the other way around. And I'm sure whatever else the government of India may give, whether it is Padma Shri or Padma Bhushan or Bharat Ratna, I'm sure all those awards also will deserve him. Because he's a guy who has really put in his hard work and continuous efforts in excelling in the field that he has chosen. And not only that, I have known him for being a sculptor, because he did once after a long time back, which I have seen, model of Kargil mountains and things like that on the bequest of army. I don't know if some of you know about it. And he did, the model was so big that he could not take it out of his house. So he literally had to break open the whole window so that it could be brought out through the window. I mean, his just for life and his thing for art and saying is phenomenal. That's what I can say. And I just want to once more congratulate Janardhan for this award, as well as many more awards to come in your way. Thanks a lot for giving me an opportunity for speaking a few words. Good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rangarajan. The last but not the least, I'm sure everybody will agree with me that to become a master from a man, it's not easy. It's not only writing, it's not only knowledge, it is the support of the family. Without the support of the family members, I'm sure Maestro K C Janardhan would have been a Maestro. A small video I'm going to play, and with that, it is going to be end of this program, a lovely program. Wish you happy handwriting, and I also wish everybody a happy Friendship Day. Thankful to Chom, thankful to Professor Jana.
Thank you. Thank you so much
for making this day one of the most auspicious days in my life. Please enjoy the video and wish you a great night. May Pashupatinath bless you all. Be safe. Good night.
Dear
Chom, congratulations on the 4th birthday of Inked Happiness. Congratulations, Chom, and thank you so much for this esteemed award.
Thank you, Chom. My mother would like to say a few words.
Thank you, Chom.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
The program couldn't have been completed without thanking you, Chom. And what best tribute to your efforts is when the entire family, including mother, is giving you the blessings. Many, many mothers will keep on blessing, keep working hard. We all are there. Everybody is invited.
Congratulations, Mr. Janardhan. Trees are ready here. Congratulations, many, many more.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
God
you.
bless you, Mr. Janardhan. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you for everybody on the panel. Beautiful session. Proud moment. Very honored to see Mr. Janardhan receive this Life Achievement Award.
Thank
Sir,
you.
salute to you, Mr. Janardhan.
Thank you very much. Thank you.